So it seems like Wuthering Waves is growing even more, and it's very exciting to see as even bigger content creators are actually starting to pick up this game, even content creators coming over from the Genshin sphere, which I think is honestly amazing. And I think that everybody should be giving every gacha game a fair shot, not just Wuthering Waves, but also think Wuthering Waves content creators should obviously try out, Genshin, should try out Zenless, should try out Honkai, and regardless of whether it's like a good game or not, you kind of get an idea of what is going on, especially from a creator point of view, so you can then bring up different kind of points and things. And me personally, I do play most of the games. I have stopped playing a lot of Zenless, and I've stopped playing a lot of Honkai recently, just because it's gone a little bit boring, but obviously I still do kind of come back for a couple of updates every now and again, and I understand obviously the general premise of the game as I've played many hours of it already. And I think honestly it's a great thing for people to kind of broaden their outlook whenever it comes to gacha games and whenever it comes to comparing them and things like that. Now, one thing that was very exciting to see though was a tweet put out by Ryuku talking about the fact that one of the biggest JP Genshin CCs actually played Wuthering Waves for the first time. And they say they surprisingly didn't have too much difficulty understanding the lore and jargon, etc. As you can see, this YouTuber is called Magaro Head, and they've got 718,000 subscribers. And yeah, they mainly cover Genshin Impact content, it seems like. And as you can see, this is their main content. You see Genshin Impact, Zenless Zero. I think there's a bit of Honkai there. Yeah, Honkai with the Saber stuff. And they've been popping off. I mean, they get literally 300,000 views on gacha videos, if not even more, which is pretty insane. Whenever you think about some of the top flight content creators of gacha, you think maybe like of like Tectone and people like that. He was reaching what, like 200,000 maybe. Obviously some videos would pop off and get like 500,000, maybe a million even. But I think it would be like anywhere between 100,000 and 200,000. This dude is doing 200,000 like it's nothing, which is absolutely crazy. And obviously he's doing it pretty much, most days, which I think is great. And it's great to see that he's also giving extra kind of, I guess, promotion to Wuthering Waves. But there is one slight problem with this, which is the JP audience, the JP Genshin audience do not like it, which I think is quite funny. And I think it's so funny that, obviously a lot of people are starting to get a little bit triggered by this, because again, they don't want him to play Wuthering Waves. And as you can see here, the like ratio isn't actually too bad, but it's honestly like a little bit too high for obviously an innocent gameplay stream. It's not like, they said anything controversial in this video to cause these dislikes. We know exactly where these dislikes came from, and they're from Hoyoverse fans that obviously don't want them to play, Wuthering Waves, and don't want them to play, a new game that isn't a Hoyoverse game, which I think is very interesting. I think it's quite funny to see even other kind of Hoyo kind of people, no matter the region, wanting to stop creators from playing these games and wanting and desperately trying to keep people to play Hoyoverse games, which I think is quite interesting. And obviously, yeah, this is the full playthrough. They play through the first bit of the story and stuff, which hopefully they will play even more. And obviously, I can't translate a lot of the video, but obviously, Riku said that they didn't have too much difficulty understanding all of the lore and jargon and things, which is very interesting. Obviously, there's a lot of comments here as well. He was saying I like how even though this is his first time, he explains things while he's playing. The explorations are ingrained in him. He said, "I'm grateful for Magaro for doing Narushio. I'm looking forward to seeing him release another video, so hopefully, yeah, he will be releasing more in the future." But again, a lot of people have been very, very positive in the comments, which is great to see. But obviously, the dislikes and stuff, have been pretty interesting. People saying it's the companies competing with each other and players just have to enjoy the game, which obviously they're referring to a lot of people fighting over this one kind of video, which honestly, it's just, oh my god, it's so good to see this happening. I love that whenever people get so riled up and so angry at the fact that someone's playing a video game, if you don't see this with people playing Genshin Impact or another game, you wouldn't see Wuthering Waves people going into the comment sections or someone be like, I tried out Genshin Impact for the first time. Do you know why? I think it's honestly because they're not too worried about them being hooked to the game. I think that people get more annoyed of people playing Wuthering Waves because they could actually get hooked and just make the full switch, whereas with Genshin, it's people kind of join, they go, oh okay, they ever go, oh it's alright, oh okay, it's actually decent or whatever, or they go, oh okay, I don't really like it. you know, and it's not really like, you don't really have that much of a response to it. Whereas Wuthering Waves, you tend to have a much bigger response, and people, yeah, tend to go pretty crazy over it. Now, obviously, this was also posted over on WuWa Unfiltered, and they're saying one of the biggest Japanese CCs just played WuWa for the first time. They said, yeah, he played for the first time. He said if he enjoys playing it, he'll continue making content around it. Surprisingly, he didn't have too much difficulty understanding the lore and jargon. I'm pretty sure he literally just like yoinked that from Ryuku, but okay. But they also going to say the Genshin community is already insulting him, lol. After all, even if he plays once, he's already done some advertising on the game, and that's good. They said they're so childish. CN Paimon voice actor went to Kuro Fest and was called a traitor by the Genshin community, which is crazy. Obviously, CN Paimon being there. He's saying, I don't understand anything about this community. The worst part is they're not even children, but 30-somethings. I said, you realize how much their, how bad their lives are, so to speak, to not have anything better to do than harass and insult people over a mobile game. They have sworn loyalty to a company. It's crazy. And the worst is that it's not even that in China, the JP is also like that, and even some in EN. Yeah, there's definitely many at EN as well. The cult is crazy. They say it is just a human nature to be tribalistic. Happens in other games, happens in sport, happens in religion, happens in politics, and even food. Say not even WoW players are this hostile to other MMOs, and the MMO scene rakes in money as much as the gacha market. The entire player base is even jaded now. You don't even want any sort of shit flinging between the different games. All of them literally just want something new. You know, people saying probably must have got all the attention from the recent 2.5 story discussion exploded on the internet and for a lot of fan arts everywhere. Even seen many small Japanese CCs playing recently, and fan artists making WuWa arts, which obviously is great to see. And yeah, obviously the big thing that I want to kind of take away from this is obviously Wuthering Waves is being promoted on a pretty large platform, and the video got 156,000 views in the first couple of days, which obviously is great to see, meaning that we should be able to see some more content coming from them in the future. You know, people saying, great, I've been watching on those JP VTubers collab on the channels every now and again, and their reactions on playing the quest was so natural. Looks like the game is getting bigger in JP's side too with the upcoming Chisa. You know, someone said watch them quit in 1 week. I don't think they're going to quit in 1 week. I think honestly they're here to stay for a little bit. People saying, I'm not sure if that's a good thing or not. Obviously it's a good thing. I mean, I don't see why that would be a bad thing at all. Obviously it's a great thing that there's another big CC on board, and that they can obviously promote this game to a new audience, because there are many big CCs in the EN space. There are many big CCs, I assume, in the CN space as well, but there isn't as many big JP CCs that play you know, Wuthering Waves, that have that kind of audience that are very similar to what's going on, because many of the people over here in EN obviously used to play Genshin, Honkai, Zenless or whatever, and have moved over. Some are obviously completely new as well, but I think with this, with the JPCCs, it's nice to see that there is like an ex-Genshin player, or not, well, not ex-Genshin player, they still play Genshin, but like a Genshin player kind of, you know, promoting this game or promoting it to a new audience that has a similar interest in these kind of games. Now obviously, you know, it might cause them a little bit of hate for doing that, but I hope that hate doesn't obviously deter them from playing the game, because also we do see that quite a bit too. Obviously a lot of these Hoyoverse fans going over disliking the video, being horrible in the comment section, and then they just won't cover the game again because they don't want to face the same kind of backlash, which also is pretty disappointing to see. But I hope that Maguro obviously has a better outlook on that and can kind of be resilient to a lot of the hatred going their way, because again, I do think it is a great and very beneficial thing that they are, you know, obviously covering Wuthering Waves now on their channel. But yeah, that's essentially what I wanted to cover. I thought it was just some very cool news, and obviously it's very disappointing to see that Hoyo fans, sorry, you know, trying to attack them over this. But at the end of the day, you know, it's just great to see Wuthering Waves featured on another channel that is, you know, this big. But yeah, that's all I got. If you guys did enjoy this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. Also go to GameSubs, use my code Kaze, get 10% off. Again, they got a ton of really cool stuff. And yeah, that's all that, and I'll see you guys in the next one. That's all. See ya.